Yeah. Some people talk about God like a far place. Some talk like him is only in big buildings. But me find him in the heat of struggle, in the silence after tears, and in the sound of a hungry belly still standing up straight. Listen. This is not a perfect song. This is a real one. I woke up in a room with peeling paint on the truth. Clock on the wall, don't speak mercy to youth. Bread in the cupboard was a memory last night. And the city outside don't know wrong from right. Mama say pray, but her voice sound tired, like faith getting old in a house gone wired. Still she light one candle when the power cut out. Say just still there, even in doubt. And I look through the window at a broken street, where dreams walk barefoot without food to eat. But somehow in the dust and the morning pain, I feel something calling my name again. The God I know don't live in gold and stone. You walk in the valley when you feel alone. In no shout from heaven, he whispers slow. In the fire of life, that's where I'm sure. Oh, I swear through the hurt and the noise below, that's the only God I ever know. Not far away, not high up above, but deep in the struggle, deep in love. Down by the corner where the old men talk about better days, when they used to walk without fear of boots and flashing lights, without counting shadows every night. A boy still water with a tired face, dreams too big for a small time place. He say, sir, is life supposed to bend like this? Then he smile like he already missed what he never even had in his hand. Yet still that kind of hope that don't fit the bill. And I stand there watching the world go slow, like pain and patience already know. Oh, the God I know don't live in gold and stone. He walk in the valley when you feel alone. In a shout from heaven, he whispers slow. In the fire of life, that's where I'm sure. Oh, I swear through the hurt and the noise below, that's the only God I ever know. Not far away, not high up above, but deep in the struggle, deep in love. I tried to find him in the preacher's voice, but every answer sound like someone else's choice. So I went where the river meet broken ground, where silence is the only sacred sound. And there I see him in a mother's hand, holding together what life can't stand. In the laborer's back bent on the sky, still refusing to let hope die. In the man who lose but still shake hands. In the one who fall but still understand that living ain't always victory bright. Sometimes it's just surviving night. Oh, Jah, you're hiding in plain sight, in the tears, in the fight. Tell me why the weak still sing. Tell me why the broken still bring a melody out of suffering. Yes, you're real. You must be here in the smoke, in the near, in the ear. I stopped looking for heaven in the sky so far, started reading salvation in every scar, because every wound tell a story true of a God that's suffering too. Not distant, not cold, not blind to pain, but walking barefoot in the same rain that wash away pride, that break down lies, that open even the strongest eyes. And suddenly I understand, slow and clear, God was never there. searching. Don't look too far, don't look too high. Look where you're still standing after the fall. Look where your tears touch ground. Look where your heart refused to quit. That's him, 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 that's him. Yeah. This is not a 9 to 5 story. This is a survival story, dressed in paperwork. Babylon don't sleep, it just change shift. Morning shift, evening shift, midnight laws. Same system, different hour. Listen, I walk into a building made of polished lights, where smiles are trained and truth disguises it. Smells like paper dust and delay, and hope stand outside where the rejected stay. Clock on the wall don't tick for the poor, it only moves when power walks through the door. Man in a suit don't look in your eyes, he look through your life like a file that lies. Number on ticket, seat on the bench, dreams get smaller in a waiting trench. Somebody cough, but nobody care. Everybody breathing the same thin air, and I watch them write what I cannot read. Rules too heavy for the smallest need. Interns louder than human voice, and silence becomes the only choice. Babylon office hours never end. They take your time, then tell you come again. Line too long and the patience thin, and the system smile while the weak don't win. Babylon office hours stay the same. Different faces, but the rules don't change. And we wait in the heat and the strain, just to leave with nothing again. A man beside me, holding torn up form, says I've been here since before the storm. His eyes got stories he don't explain, just folded quiet into hidden pain. A woman whisper, they lose my case, but nobody look at her tired face. She speak too soft, they say step aside, like dignity got nowhere to hide. It the God at the gate, gotta borrow power, counting people like falling flower. Every step forward feel like defeat, every answer incomplete, and I realize this place don't shout, it just slowly drains you out. Not with violence, but with blame, but with endless waiting in your name. Babylon office hours never end. They take your time, then tell you come again. Line too long and the patience thin, and the system smile while the weak don't win. Babylon office hours stay the same. Different faces, but the rules don't change. And we wait in the heat and the strain, just to leave with nothing again. I see a young man hold his future tight, but it keeps slipping through the cracks so light. He say, sir, I filled this form 3 times. They say, try again, maybe next timeline, next timeline. Like hope got delay, like life got you in a public way, and time itself become a gate that opens only when you wait. And I think about all the broken dreams that die inside these silent schemes. Not in war, not in fire, not gun, but in paperwork that way like none. And now my voice come back in my ear. Don't trust too quick while look sincere. Now I understand what she means. Truth don't always live where it's seen. Oh Jah, is this justice or just design? Is time their tool or is it mine? They stop, they sign, they decline, and the soul get lost in the waiting line. stand up straight though I feel small. Refuse to disappear in the wall. Because if I break, they win the game. And nothing here will ever change. So I speak not loud, but I speak clear. Even if nobody wants to hear. Because silence is what they buy. And I refuse to let hope die. Babylon of its hours never end, but neither does the will to stand again. Line too long, but we still begin to carry fire from within. Babylon of its hours stay the same, but we remember every name of the ones who stood in pain and still survive the rain. So I leave this building with empty hands, but full of something they don't understand. Because even when they take your time, they can't take your mind. Can't take your mind. Can't take your mind. Yeah. Yeah. You ever hear a song inside where the message still lives, but the sound don't behave? Where truth come out distorted, but still somehow real. This is not a perfect sound. This is a surviving sound. Listen, I hear music leaking through a torn up cold, like a wounded voice trying to stand alone. Bass line shaking like tired bone, treble screaming like it lost its tone. But still it plays, still it tries, even when the signal died. Every crack in the rhythm speaks like broken truth when silence sleeps. And I wonder if life the same, a distorted version of a name, where everything we try to say gets bent along the way, but the groove still holds somehow. Even if you don't know how to stay clean, to stay pure, to stay right, it still fights through the night. Hey! Broken speaker on a one-drop rhythm. Hey! Still we feel the message within it. Even if the sound fall apart, it still reach the heart. Broken speaker on a one-drop rhythm. Hey! Truth still travel inside of it. Even when the tone goes wrong, it still becomes song. The engineer tried to fix the line, but distortion already defined the character of the sound, where perfection can't be found. And maybe that's the beauty here in imperfection, crystal clear, because every crack that breaks the tone makes the message more like bone raw, exposed and fully real, not hiding what you used to feel like life itself without disguise, just truth vibrating in surprise. And I start to hear a deeper thing inside the broken speaker, ring like struggle also has a voice that never got a choice. Broken speaker on a one-track rhythm. Hey, still we feel the message within it. Even if the sound fall apart, it still reach the heart. Broken speaker on a one-drop rhythm. Hey, truth still travel inside of it. Even when the tone goes wrong, it still becomes song. Maybe we all just broken song, trying to make meaning out the ground, where every dream get reprocessed through systems that compress it. But still we play, still we try, even when clarity dies. Because silence is not our way. We distort, we sway, and the one-drop rhythm keeps us alive. Even when we barely survive, ticking like a patient heart, refusing to fall apart. So I sing inside this crack, where nothing ever plays back clean, but somehow still is seen. Oh perfection even real? Or just a sound we try to feel? Yes. Even broken sound become one. If truth is signaled through decay, then let the broken stay. And now I understand this stone is more alive than polished stone, because perfection don't tell the truth, it only hides the proof, but distortion shows the strain of everything we try to contain. And in that noise I hear the call that nothing here is flawless at all. So I stop wishing for clean sound and start loving what is found inside the crack, inside the break, inside every mistake. Because even broken things still sing, even when they're suffering. And maybe that is all we need to plant a deeper seed. Broken speaker on a one-drop rhythm, still we feel the message within it. Even if the sound fall apart, it still reach the heart. Broken speaker on a one-drop rhythm, we are all a part of it, imperfect but still strong, turning pain into song. Even broken sound still finds a way to be heard. Some people read songs in books, but me, I read them on walls, on broken pavements, on tired faces, on streets that never learn peace. Concrete sounds written where no ink can reach, where silence teach. Listen, I walk through a city that forgot its name. Every corner echo the same old pain. Buildings stand but they don't feel alive, just hollow shells trying to survive. Graffiti prayers on cracked up wall, messages only the lost ones call. Names of dreams that never grew, faded into concrete hue. A woman selling hope in plastic bowls, eyes too deep for a tired soul. She say, miss, life don't ask permission, it just repeat the same condition. And I not like I understand, but truth is heavy in every hand. Because even breathing feel like fight in a place where wrong feels right. Concrete sounds written in stone and pain, every word fall like silent rain. No church bell, no golden frame, just survival calling every name. Concrete sounds where lost and living sometimes meet. From a place that still stands strong. I see a boy with shoes full of dust, learning early what it means to trust. Nothing but struggle and shifting ground, where hope gets lost before it's found. He kicks a stone like it's his friend, talking to it like pain won't end. And I wonder who will teach him grace in a world that moves too fast a pace. A preacher passes with holy tone, but his words feel cold as stone. Because even faith can lose its sound when truth is buried underground. tried to find heaven in distant sky, but the answer never told me why. So I learned to read the ground instead, where every truth is almost there. Because here the saints don't wear white robes, they carry burdens down broken roads, and miracles don't shine in light. They survive the longest night. I see love in a mother's hand, holding pieces of shattered land. I see strength in a worker's spine, bent but still refusing decline. And suddenly it all makes sense. Divinity in defense of every soul that still remains inside this world of hidden pain. Oh Jah, are we the scripture or the page? Are we the calm or are we rage? Every crack, every scar, every street got a heartbeat under concrete. If this is written, then who reads we? Hey. If this is living, then who frees we? And I stopped calling this place just pain, because even sorrow leaves a stain that tells a story years from now, of how we survive and how we turn nothing into breath. We dance beside emotional death. We built meaning from debris and called it humanity. So maybe these streets are holy too, not less divine, just raw and true, where every broken piece belongs to an unfinished set of songs. Concrete songs don't need a choir, they rise from dust and never tire. They echo louder than any bell, from the places we dare not tell. Hey, concrete songs written in stone and pain, every word fall like silent rain. No church bell, no golden frame, but still we call every name. Concrete songs rising from cracked up street, where broken hearts still choose to beat. And every soul that won't be gone keep singing this concrete song. If you listen close, the city is praying too, not in words, but in survival. When the city sleeps, some people just begin to think too much, because hustle don't close eyes, and pressure don't knock before it enter. Even when the world go quiet, the mind stay loud. Listen, it's 2 a.m. and the streets still breathing. Somebody's still out there believing that tomorrow might pay today's pain, but tonight's still heavy like rain. Money counting in invisible air, like every thought got dead somewhere. Shadows lean on broken walls, while silence answer every call. I see a man with tired red eyes, talking tonight, asking why. Life moves fast but he stands still, caught between survival and will. And the city don't slow for him, it just keeps spinning on a restless rim. Like dreams are only for daylight on, and night belongs to the Lord. Oh, hustlers don't sleep. counting time like it got no grace. Bills on table like silent judge, and hope too weak to hold a grudge. She whisper plans to the ceiling fan, like it understand her human plan. But wine just circles, same old truth, that struggle don't care for you. Outside the neon lights don't blink, but inside her thoughts sink into places nobody sees, where dreams fall like dead leaves. And I ask myself, what keep us alive when rest don't let us survive? Is it faith or stubborn pride that keep the fire inside? Hustlers don't sleep easy when the night feel too heavy. Every thought turn into fire, every breath get tired. Hustlers don't sleep easy, no peace, no steady sea, just a mind that never rests inside a beating chest. I know a boy who laughing day, but night take his smile away, because darkness tell different truth than daylight ever prove. He say, miss sleep is a luxury now, like rest don't know him somehow. Every dream come with a price, every hope roll the dice, and I see it clear in his stare. Future caught in midair, between what is and what might be, lost inside uncertainty. And still he walk those midnight streets, where ambition and danger meet, with nothing but a burning mind, trying not to fall behind. Oh, Jah, why the mind never quiet? Why peace feel like riot? Tick-tock, thoughts don't stop, even when the body drop. Is this life or just survival scheme, or the price of chasing dreams? Because hustlers don't just chase money, they chase meaning in something funny, like freedom hiding in broken time, and peace inside endless climb. But the night don't give no reward, just reflections that feel too hard, and every decision feels like weight that bends the shape of fate. Still they rise when dawn arrive, acting like they're fully alive, even when sleep never came. Still they play the daily game, and that's the truth I can't ignore. Behind every locked up door is someone fighting in a war that nobody sees anymore. Hustlers don't sleep easy, but they still move steady, through the fear and the strain, through the pressure and pain. Hustlers don't sleep easy, but they still believe somehow that tomorrow might change the scene of what tonight has been. So when the world closes its eyes, somebody still pays the price for dreams that refuse to die. Yeah. I used to pray like the sky was listening, hands high, voice shaking, tears falling like thunder. But time, it changed the way I saw to speak. Now I don't pray loud anymore, not because I don't believe, but because I learned some prayers don't need noise to be heard. Listen, I don't wake the morning with raised hands no more. I just sit with silence on the floor, where answers used to feel close and near. only echo come back clear. Used to call out names to the sky so high, till my throat got tired of asking why. Now I breathe it in, let it stay inside, where broken faith and truth collide. Mama say pray harder, don't lose your flame, but even fire don't burn the same. When rain keep falling on sacred ground, and nothing holy makes a sound. So I learned the language of quiet pain, where tears speak more than spoken name. And hope don't shout, it barely breathes, but still refuses to leave. I don't pray loud anymore, I whisper where silence speaks more. Not because I closed that door, but because I feel deeper than before. I don't pray loud anymore, I let my heart hit the floor, and in that broken inner war, that's where I find what I'm looking for. The church bell ring, but I don't move. I'm still learning my own truth to prove, because faith got lost in borrowed sound, and I had to dig my own faith down. People shout amen like it fixed the pain, but I still see the same old rain falling on roofs that never change, just shifting shape. It's still strange. A man preach fire, but his shoes are torn, like even holiness can feel worn. And I wonder if God's still here, or just sit inside the fear. So I stop chasing loud salvation and start rebuilding quiet foundation, where belief don't need applause to stand, just a trembling human hand. I don't pray loud anymore, I whisper where silence speaks more. Not because I closed that door, but because I feel deeper than before. I don't pray loud anymore, I let my heart hit the floor, and in that broken inner war, that's where I find what I'm looking for. There was a time I believed in sound, that heaven only came when loud was around. But life taught me something slow and real, that wounds don't always have to heal. Some stay open just to remind that strength ain't always the kind you find in shouting faith across the sky. Sometimes it's in the way you survive. I've seen prayers turn into tired breath, whispered close to emotional death, but still alive in a quieter form, like light inside a passing storm. And maybe that's where God resides, not in noise, but what hides in the space between breaking and whole, in the silence of a tired soul. Oh, Jah, do you hear the quiet ones? The ones who don't shout, but still run, through pain, through night, through fading light. Through fading light. If silence is prayer, then I pray all day, without words, without delay. So I don't kneel like before in public flame, I don't repeat the same old name. I just sit with the weight I own and turn my pain into a tone, because somewhere inside this broken sound is a truth too deep to be found. By shouting louder than the fear, it only comes when you stay near, near to yourself, near to the fall, near to the silence that holds it all. And in that place I finally see what prayer was always meant to be. Not performance, not display, but survival in a quiet way. I don't pray loud anymore, but I'm still praying, just in a language only silence understands. Some places you leave, but they never leave you. And some people you run from life, but they keep loving you from distance. Mama still waits for me, even when I don't ride, even when I don't talk, even when the world carry me too far. Listen. A pocket full of broken dreams and a suitcase heavier than it seems. Dust on my shoes, hope in my eye, telling myself I will reach the sky. But the sky don't always open clean, and the world don't look like what I've seen. So I learned silence in crowded place, where nobody know my face. Still I hear a voice in the night, so long, like a distant but familiar song, saying, boy, don't forget who you are. No matter how far you travel far. And I hold that voice like a burning light through the cold of every lonely night. Because even when I lose my way, that voice still knows what to say. Mama still waits for me, with eyes that only love can see. Even when I'm lost at sea, Mama still waits for me. Mama still waits for me, like a tree that don't break easily, through distance and memory. Mama still waits for me. City lights don't feel like home, even when I'm not alone. People pass like moving wind, but nobody knows where I've been. I send letters that never arrive, or maybe they just don't survive. In the rush of bigger lives, where struggle wears different disguise. And sometimes I sit and close my eyes and see us standing under skies, waiting by that old front gate, refusing to let hope break. She don't know how much I've changed, her life has slowly rearranged, but still I carry her in my chest, like something I can't forget. Mama still waits for me, with eyes that only love can see. Even when I'm lost at sea, Mama still waits for me. Mama still waits for me, like a tree that don't break easily, through distance and memory. Mama still waits for me. I remember mornings barefoot ground, before I knew what lost meant sound, before the world became so wide and I had to run and hide. She used to sing while cooking rice, turning struggle into spice. Never had much but gave enough to teach me how to be tough. And now I walk these foreign of surviving, silent wish. She don't know what I became, but she still calls my name, my name. Even when I disappear, she still holds me near. Hey, and maybe I was wrong to run so far, chasing dreams like falling star, because all the light I tried to find was already left behind. In her hands, in her eyes, in her prayer, in the way she still is there, not asking where I've been or why, just loving me until I try. And now I see clear and true, no matter what I go through, the world can change my name, my place, but not her memory or grace. So I speak this through the pain I feel, trying to make my heart heal, because every road I thought was free still ends where she waits for me. Mama still waits for me through the distance endlessly. Even when I lose belief, Mama still waits for me. Mama still waits for me, like the roots of every tree. No matter who I try to be, oh, Mama still waits for me. If I ever find my way back home, I know I won't be alone, because some love don't leave the ground, it just waits to be found. Yeah. Yeah. Morning don't always mean blessing. Sometimes it just means start again. Same weight, same struggle, same face in the mirror that never got enough sleep. No glory in the morning hustle, just survival dressed like routine. Listen, sunrise with the cracked window glass, but nothing inside feel like it will last. Kettle boiling like tired breath, preparing for another day of stress. Shoes by the door already worn, like hope that's constantly torn. Clock ticking like unpaid debt, reminding you what you haven't met. Outside the streets already loud, men moving like a restless crowd. Not chasing dreams, just chasing time, trying to stay ahead of decline. And nobody talk about success, only how to handle the mess, because money in here don't bring peace, just another shift to release. No glory in the morning hustle, just muscles carrying struggle. Every step feel like weight, but still we participate. No glory in the morning hustle, just survival in the trouble. No applause, no shining fame, just another day. They say a man tie his shoe with quiet pain, knowing today will feel the same. He don't dream too far ahead, just hopes he makes it home instead. A woman count bus fare twice, like numbers might change her life, but costs keep rising like the sun before the day has even begun. And children learn to walk too fast, because childhood never lasts. In a place where time don't wait, it only teaches you fate. And I watch them disappear in lines, like every soul is on borrowed time, moving through a system that don't care who breathes, who breaks, who's there. No glory in the morning hustle, just muscles carrying struggle. Every step feel like weight, but still we participate. No glory in the morning hustle, just survival in the trouble. No applause, no shining fame, just another day, the same. I thought work would bring release, a way to finally find peace, but instead it just extends the struggle that don't end. Because labor don't always reward, sometimes it just breaks your guard. And the more you try to climb, the more you lose your time. Still we rise because we must, even when life turns to dust. Because stopping is not allowed in a world that moves too loud. And maybe strength is not in gain, but in walking through the pain, with eyes open, heart still tight, facing another fight. Oh Jah, is this what life becomes? Just beating on tired drums. Tick tock, clock don't stop, even when the body drops. It's survival, just the art of breaking without falling apart. But still I see a kind of grace in every tired human face that wakes up even when it hurts and steps into broken work. Because giving up don't come easy when responsibility is heavy. So they carry what they must, turning pressure into trust. And even though there's no reward for hearts that stay so hard, there's something sacred in the grind of the human trying mind. So I stop calling it defeat when struggle walk the street. Because even in this morning pain, we still rise again. No glory in the morning hustle, but still we build through the struggle. Every breath, every strain, still we rise through the pain. No glory in the morning hustle, so we turn hardship into muscle. No fame, no golden name, but we keep playing the game. No glory, but still we go, because life don't wait. Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. How silence change shape when certain uniform come round the corner. The air get tighter, the eyes look lower, and even the lights stop talking. Police at the corner shop, and nobody know what will stop the moment or the breath. Listen, I was standing by the shop with a bottle of hope, counting small change like a learning rope. Icebox humming with a tired sound, while dreams lay scattered on the ground. Then I see them turn that corner slow, blue and black where the shadows go, and everything starts acting strange, like reality begin to change. Men stop talking mid-sentence, man lean on rootsreggae, trying hard to look like fate never touched him. Never knew his name, but already assigned him shame. He fixes cap, he fixes stance, like survival is a careful dance. Eyes on ground, brave held tight, trying not to invite the night. And I see the seller counter goods again, like numbers can erase the stray of wondering what could go wrong when fear decide to sing your song. A child hold tight to his mother's hand, not understanding the silent command, but learning fast what no one teach, that danger lives within reach. Oh, police at the corner shop, and the whole street learn to stop. Even truth don't speak too loud when uniforms step through crowd. Police at the corner shop, and the heartbeats start to drop. Nobody move, nobody talk, just silence walking block to block. I ask myself why power need fear, why peace feel absent when they appear. Is protection supposed to feel like this, like freedom turned into a missed abyss? Because the same hands that hold the law can also make the weakest fall, and the line between right and wrong gets blurred when control is strong. And I'm not saying all are the same, but the system always plays the game, where suspicion walks before truth, and innocence must always prove proof. So we live like shadows in daylight, careful not to ignite a moment that could turn too fast and make the present not last. Oh, Jah, oh, Jah, oh, Jah, ah, ah, ah. Oh, Jah, why peace feel like fear in disguise? Why silence lives in everybody's eyes? Step slow, speak low, don't show, don't go. Is this safety or just control? Is this order or lost soul? But still the shopkeeper smile and serve, even when nerves don't feel reserved. Because life don't pause for uniform weight, it just learn how to tolerate fate. And the boys still dream of better days, even through these careful ways, where every corner got a hidden rule that turns survival into school. And maybe we all just trying to live with the little peace life gives, even when systems stand too near and teach us how to breathe in fear. Police at the corner shop, but the world don't really stop. We still breathe, we still survive, we still keep hope alive. Police at the corner shop, and the silence never drop, but inside we learn to stand, even with trembling hands. Corner shop still standing, life still moving, but something in the air never fully leaves. Yeah. Another man come round again. Same paper, same envelope, same pressure. Them say life is rhythm, but sometimes the rhythm heavy like chain. Listen, rent is due again, and the sky don't care how your belly feel. Rent is due again, and the landlord don't hear no prayer on the street. So we sing, not because we happy, but because we still here. Morning light come through a broken blind, dust on the floor like time left behind. Kettle dry, but the hope still boil. Another day start and cracked up style. Mama counting coins like she counting breath, trying to stretch life against sudden death. Bills on the table like a mountain high, and the world outside don't ask you why. She say, hold on, better days must show, but the calendar laugh like it already know. Every page turn bring another fight. Every dream gets smaller in the night. And I watch her hand shake but still stay strong, like she been surviving her whole life long. No applause, no stage, no shining crown, just a queen holding a falling downtown. Rent is due again, pressure knocking at the door again. Tell me how to smile when the light is thin, and hunger live right under my skin. Yeah. Rent is due again, and the world don't slow for the poor man's pain, but we still rise through the loss and strain. Yeah, we still sing in the pouring rain. Outside the street, got a tired face. Same old corner, same old chase. Men stand still, but their minds run fast, trying to build something out of broken past. A boy sell water in a plastic cup. Eyes too wise for a child growing up. He said, miss, I wish time could pause, while counting coins with invisible flaws. And we bus pass slow like it know the mood, like even engines feel the weight of food. Not enough, not here, not now, not right. Just survival stretching into night. Somebody enough, but it sound like pain. Somebody pray, but it sound like rain. And everything mixed in the dusty air, like nobody's really going nowhere. Rent is due again, pressure knocking at the door again. Tell me how to smile when the light is thin, and the hunger live right under my skin. Yeah. Rent is due again, and the world don't slow for the poor man's pain, but we still rise through the loss and strain. Yeah, we still sing in the pouring rain. I see a father with silent pride, hiding shame that he can't provide. He fixes his shirt like it's still clean, but his eyes confess what the ark has seen. He walked out, though the weight is real, like broken men still refuse to kneel. He don't talk much, but his silence loud, like thunder buried under crowd. And mama still cooking with empty pot, stretching nothing into something hot, seasoning up with a borrowed smile, just to survive another while. And I ask myself in a quiet tone, how many dreams get overthrown? Not by war, not by gun, not flame, but by everyday life with no name. Oh, Jah, how we survive this, when the rent cry loud and the food run thin, and the system don't care where we've been. Tell me, is struggle a place or a way of life? Is pain just sharp or a silent knife? We still stand, we still try, even when the reason's dry. But somehow, through cracked walls and empty shells, we still find pieces of ourselves in laughter that come from nothing nothing at all in holding each other when spirits fall in the way we dance when the night is long. Like suffering can't stop a song, and maybe that's where God hides best. Not in comfort, not in rest, but in people who refuse to break, even when everything is at stake. So I sing this not as complaint, but as proof that we still ain't faint. We bend, we bruise, we almost fall, but we answer when life calls. Rent is due again, but we still breathe through the fear again. Tell me how we rise through the tear again, when the world don't show no care again. Yeah, rent is due again. Still we turn pain into a hymn, but still we stand, though the hope is thin again. Yeah, we live within. Rent is due again, but so is strength, so is survival, so is tomorrow. And as long as we still wake up, we're still fighting. Yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. There is a river that don't appear on any map. It flows between two fences, not made of water alone, but of choices, borders, and broken lines. And everybody stand beside it, but nobody agree on what it means. Some say divide, some say it connect, but it always flows. Listen, I stand where two fences meet the ground. One side silence, one side sound, and in between a river runs, carrying stories of forgotten ones. The water don't ask who is right, it just moves through wrong and right, reflecting faces that never stay, just pass each other every day. I see a man on the other side, looking like he wants to cross but hide, not because he fear the stream, but because he fear the dream. And I wonder who drew this line that split the world in space and time, because river never chose to part, it just followed the shape of heart. River between two fences flow, carrying everything we don't know. One side here, one side there, but the water don't care. River between two fences wide, holding truth on either side, and every drop that passes through still belongs to you. A child throws stone into the stream, watching ripples break a dream, not knowing why the water bend or where beginnings ever end. He asks his mother why we here, she say because the line up here. But even she don't understand the shape of borders made by hand. On the far side someone sings a song that sounds like broken wings, and though the language sounds the same, it carries different names. And I feel the weight of unseen wall that rises even when none carved. A wall not built with brick or stone, but with decisions overthrown. River between two fences flow, carrying everything we don't know. One side here, one side there. river between two fences wide, holding truth on either side. And every drop that passes through still belongs to you. I dip my hand inside the stream and feel the pulse of every dream that tried to cross but got delayed by rules that humans have made. And in that water I can see reflections of both you and me, not separated, not apart, but connected heart to heart. So what is fence if not a fear of what becomes when we are near? And what is line if not a lie that tells us who must pass or die? The river laughs in silent tone, like it has always been alone, but still it moves without regret, because flow is what it gets. Oh Jah, who owns the river's voice? Who made the fence the only choice? Flow, slow, let it go. Borders only think they know. No, 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 no. If water cannot be confined, then why are we divided mind? And I begin to understand so. The river is what makes us know that separation is just you, not the truth running through. Because water never learned divide, it only carries what is inside. And every fence will one day fall when river answers every call. So I stand still and close my eyes, listening to water's wise, and suddenly the world feels wide without a need to pick a side. Because I am not just here or there, I am the river, I am the air, I am the flow between the line, where everything is intertwined. River between two fences flow, but now I finally know there was never two at all, just one call. River between two fences wide, now I see what's inside. Every drop is part of me, moving endlessly. No fence can hold the flow, no line can stop what grows. Yeah. Yeah. Sunday don't feel like Sunday, yeah. Not entrenched down. Yeah, Sunday is just another day where the sky cried the same tears we can't say. Listen. Sunday rain in Trenchtown, wash the hope, but it don't wash the pain down. Sunday rain in Trenchtown, even angels lose their sound. I wake up to water tapping on sheet iron roof, like heaven trying to find some proof that somebody down here still believes, even when life refused to relieve. Shoes by the door already full of dust, dreams turning slowly into rust. Mama boiled water just to feel heat, but nothing tastes like something complete. Outside the lane look half asleep, but even sleep here don't go deep, because every corner hold a memory of what life used pretend to be. And I walk barefoot through broken ground, where lost prayers never get found. Still I hear something in the rain, calling my name through all this pain. Sunday rain in Trench Town, falling soft but it weighs us down. Every drop got a story inside of the tears we never hide. Sunday rain in Trench Town, turning laughter into a quiet sound. But we still stand though we wear the crown of Sunday rain in Trench Town. A child draws circles in muddy street, no toys, just rhythm on the feet. He laughed like the world still knew, like suffering never passed him through. A woman hang clothes on a broken line, hoping sun will show up in time. But clouds behave like they understand the weight of life in a tired hand. Old man sit by the corner wall, watching memories rise and fall. He said rain clean what sun reveal, but it never heal what we feel. And somewhere a radio barely plays old root song from better days. But even music sound far away, like it don't know how to stay. Sunday rain in Trench Town, falling soft but it weighs us down. Every drop got a story inside of the tears we never hide. Sunday rain in Trench Town, turning laughter into a quiet sound. But we still stand though we wear the crown of Sunday rain in Trench Town. I see a boy with eyes too deep, like he already know. Lost, don't sleep. He asked me, miss, will sun come back? Like light is something we always lack. And I don't answer, I just breathe, because truth sometimes hurt too deep. Instead I point to the pouring sky and let the silence testify. Because how you tell a child the truth when truth itself got broken roots? That hope don't always arrive on time, and life don't always rhyme. Still I tell him soft and low, even rain got somewhere to go. And every storm, no matter how long, must one day turn into song. Oh Jah, why the rain feel like memory? Why the street remember everything? Drop by drop, truth falls slow, where broken hearts already know. If sorrow is water, then we are the sea, and everything falling still belongs to we. But even in this gray Sunday cry, something inside refused to die, because laughter still slipped through pain, like sun hiding inside rain. We are not empty, we are full of stories nobody can pull out of the heart that still survive, just to prove it's still alive. So we dance in the dripping sound, where broken dreams still gather round. And even though the sky feel heavy, we carry hope steady, because Trench Town rain may fall hard, but it never erase our yard. It only wash, it only bend, but it never means the end. Sunday rain in Trench Town, Sunday rain, still we rise when the sun go down. Every tear that touched the ground turns to strength in the sound. Sunday rain in Trench Town, we still wear survival crown. And though the sky keep pouring down, we still sing it in Trench Town. just forget, remember. And we remember too. This is not the beginning. This is what remains when everything else finished speaking. When the words get tired, when the struggle get quiet, when even the drum decide to rest, only truth remains. The God I know don't always speak loud. Sometimes him fade with the music. Listen, I see the studio lights dim slow, like everything I used to know, falling back into the night, where sound dissolves into light. The microphone still warm with breath, but the song already left, floating somewhere in the air, like prayer without anywhere. And I sit with empty chair, but I feel something still there. Not in walls, not in gear, not in tone, but in something I call my own. Because God don't always stay in sound. Sometimes he move underground, inside silence, inside space, inside forgotten place. The God I know don't always speak. Sometimes he lives in the deep, where echo fades into night, and nothing tries to be right. The God I know don't always show, but somehow I still know. In the silence after song, that's where he belongs. I rewind every track I made, every joy, every pain displayed, and I hear between the lines something greater designs. Not perfection, not control, but something touching the soul. True distortion, true delay, true things I cannot replay. And I realize now at last, nothing here ever passed without leaving hidden trace inside this recording space. Even mistakes had their role in revealing something whole, because even broken sound still carries holy ground. Oh, the God I know don't always speak. Sometimes he lives in the deep, where echo fades into night, and nothing tries to be right. The God I know don't always show, but somehow I still know. In the silence after song, that's where he belongs. Now the bass is barely there, just a whisper in the air, and the drums forget to stay, like they slowly drift away. But I don't feel fear or loss, just something beyond the cost of every word I tried to say in my human way. Because truth don't always need sound to be deeply found. It lives in what you don't explain, inside joy and inside pain. And maybe that's why I see God was always part of me. understand the faith was never something to be afraid. It was just the gentle way that everything learns to stay. Not in noise, not in scream, but inside a deeper dream, where even absence has a tone that leads me back home. So I don't cry when music dies, because I hear it in the skies, in the wind that passes through everything I thought I knew. And I finally see so clear, God was always here, not in sound or in the light, but in the quiet of the night. The God I know don't always speak, but He is everything I see. In the silence after song where I still belong. The God I know don't fade away, He just changes how He stays. In the echo of the sound that never leaves the ground. The song is gone, but the knowing remains. What happens when the drum stops beating, and the rhythm that carried us disappears? Do we still move? Do we still remember who we are? Well, na 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 na. When the drum stops beating, even silence start to speak. Listen. I hear the last drum fade into air, like a memory disappearing somewhere. The streets don't know how to respond when the rhythm they lived on is gone. People freeze in unfinished motion, like time itself lost in motion. No more dance, no more sound, just questions sitting on the ground. And I stand in the middle of it all, watching even shadows fall, because without the drum's command, we forget how to stand. And I realize something deep inside, that rhythm was our guide, through pain, through joy, through every night. It taught us how to fight. When the drum stops beating, what happens to the meaning? Does the heart still know the way, or does it fade away? When the drum stops beating, do we lose what we were feeling, or does silence take the place of rhythm and grace? I see a dancer with empty hands, trying to remember ancient plans, but his body don't obey no more. Without the rhythm he lived before, a singer opens mouth to cry, but no sound comes reply, because melody forgot its name. When the drum left the frame, and the world feel unfinished now, like it lost the sacred hour of moving forward in the night, guided by invisible light. And I wonder if we depend too much on rhythms that who we really are. Not just dancers in the night, but seekers of fading light, trying to find the pulse again inside ourselves. Not just the oh Jah, if rhythm is gone from earth, what defines our worth? Boom, boom, boom. No more sound, just memory floating around. Is silence also a drum, or where all rhythms come from? And then I hear it faint and small, not from outside at all, but inside my breathing chest, where life refuses to rest. A pulse that never really left, even when everything felt deaf. A rhythm no one can destroy, that turns suffering into joy. So maybe the drum don't die, it just moves inside the sky, inside the soul, inside the frame, where silence knows our name. And I begin to understand, we were always the band. The rhythm was never apart, it was beating in the heart. When the drum stops beating, we become the meaning. Silence turns into sound that was always around. When the drum stops beating, we are still completing the rhythm inside the soul that makes us whole. Oh, oh. So if the drum ever stops again, listen deeper within, because rhythm never dies, it only learns to hide. Yeah. I wrote a letter to Zion, folded it in my tears, sealed it with every prayer I knew how to speak. But Zion never answered it. Maybe the sky don't reply the way we expect. Maybe silence is the answer itself. Listen, I send my words through burning sky, with hope that never learned to die. Every sentence shaky and like truth I barely understand. I wrote about hunger in my street and dreams that never find their feet, about mothers counting empty tins and life that never really begins. I told Zion we still here, still trying, even when inside we're quietly dying. I told Zion, hear our sound, but only echo came around. And I waited like faith would call, but nothing answered after all. Just wine that past my broken page, like silence was the final stage. Zion never answered my letter, not a word, not a sign, not better. Just is falling like rain on the pages of my pain. Zion never answered my plea, but baby, silence was reply to me. In the space where truth don't speak, I still feel something deep. I asked if struggle was divine plan or just a failure of man, because the streets look like written fate where hope always arrives too late. I asked why children learn to cry before they even ask why, and why the righteous suffer long, why wrong still sings its song. But sky don't write back in ink, it only makes a person think that maybe answers don't descend. Maybe they begin within. Still I waited by the door of night, holding on to fading light, like maybe tomorrow would explain the purpose hidden in the pain. Zion never answered my letter, not a word, not a sign, not better, just silence falling like rain on the pages of my pain. Zion never answered my plea, but baby, silence was reply to me. In the space where truth don't speak, I still feel something deep. I saw a man preaching fire and grace, but his words couldn't fix this place. He said, believe and you will see, but reality don't set us free. So I started questioning sound, where truth and silence both are found, because faith without a voice reply feels like learning how to die. But still inside me something glows, even when no answer shows. A strange small light I can't explain, that still survives inside the rain. And maybe Zion never left, maybe silence is what is left to teach the heart to hear beyond the place where words are gone. Oh, Jahna, oh, oh, oh. If you hear me, don't speak loud. Let the silence move through crowd. Oh, oh. Let the wind become reply. Let the tears explain the sky. Oh, oh. The sky, is absence also a form of guide? A truth that cannot be denied. So I stop waiting for written reply from the sky that won't comply, and I start reading what is here inside the silence, inside fear. Because maybe Zion writes in ways that don't follow human phase. Maybe every unanswered call was still an answer after all. And in that strange and quiet space, I start to feel a softer grace. Not loud, not bright, not easy show, but one that makes the silence known. Zion never answered my letter, but I learned to understand better that silence also speaks in pain, like slow and holy rain. Zion never answered my plea, but maybe silence set me free. In the space where words don't speak, I found what I was seeking. So I keep the letter still, not for answers,